Hi everybody, welcome to YouTube. Daddy is going to talk about Minnukettu.
Thank you, Sarah. Hello, everyone. Today's topic is Minnukettu. This video is primarily for my brother or alien who gets married in January. But I thought I would make a video which could both serve him and the broader audience for all the young men from India who will be getting married in the future. All right, so let's talk about Minket. Is there a Christian significance to the min itself? Probably no. I think we get it more from a Hindu tradition because our ancestors were Hindus and we have a lot in common tradition wise with the Hindu culture. So they have Thali in their culture, which gets carried over into the Indian Orthodox culture, and it's called the min. It looks something like this, right? So it's like a leaf shape, and if you can see, there are dots on it. It's not as clear in the video, but you'll see a lot of dots on it. So that is what a min looks like. Some say it's heart shaped, some say it's leaf shaped. Whichever that be the case, the count of dots that are on it, or mut, is more of the significance. So some say it should be 7, some say it should be 9, some say it should be 12. Where does that come from? The 7 comes from the reference of the 7 sacraments that the church has. The 9 comes from the 9 gifts of the Holy Spirit. The 12 probably refers maybe to the 12 disciples of Christ. So these are the various numbers that different people quote, and depending on who you talk to, and even if you look online, various sources, you might see a change in the number, but mostly it's 7 or 9. It's usually not 12 in our Orthodox Sabha. And I would say 7 is more the number that I relate with, because 7 as a number also signifies completion in general. If you look at the 7 days of creation, right? So it's the other symbol of 7 is also fullness or completion. And then the 7 could also represent the 7 sacraments that the church does. So I would say if you have to go with a number, you can ask the HMs of your parish what the number should look like. It would either be a 7 or a 9, depending on what I've heard so far from different people. But I would recommend 7 for the 2 reasons I mentioned earlier. That being said, along with the thread on which the min is put and tied on, uh, I don't know if there is a specific number of the single strands of thread that should be taken. The number I have heard of is 7. I do not know if there is a bigger debate on what the number should look like, but the background on why the 7 is basically, in the Indian Orthodox Church, people don't look at marriage of just a man and a woman, but it's more of two families coming together in the presence of God, right? And hence the 7 strands, which are basically strands taken from the mantra kodi, and mantra kodi is the bridal sari that is worn over the head during the ceremony. So it's taken 7 strands from it, and the significance of the number 7 there is basically the man, the woman, the boy's dad and mom, then the girl's dad and mom. So that makes it total of 6. The 7th is God, right? So it's a union of two, not just the boy and the girl who's getting married, but it's a union of two families coming together with or in the presence of God. So that's the 7 strands that are tied together. Usually in Kerala, what they do is they take rice and then they use it more like a gum or a paste on it, and then just they hold rice in the hand, they'll hold the 7 strands together, and then they'll catch it with it and just take it in one shot. That's what I've heard, or at least seen during my marriage. So that's the min. That's a little bit about what the min is. What does the dot signify? Again, For the min itself, if you watch the Indian Orthodox matrimonial service, there is more, or the significance is more on the blessing of the crown, which would be the mala itself. That's what they use, right? And then they will do it, which symbolizes the crown, and then there's a blessing of the ring itself, but there is no blessing of the min itself. So it's a blessing of the crown and the blessing of the rings. That's more significant. But I did want to give you all a background of what does the dots on the min represent, and the 7 nul that are used to tie on which the min will be. So it's just the thread. Usually after the marriage, after some time, you just take the min out of it, and then you put it on a regular mala or a regular necklace. So that is it. And now let's go and take a look at how do I tie the the strands of the thread for Minnukettu. Okay. So give me 1 second and we'll get back. All right, so let's imagine this is the thread strand that you will have, on which the min will be put on already, but you do not have, or the boy does not have to worry about the min itself, because all the time Achan actually holds the min, so you don't have to worry about the min falling off the strand, right? So your focus should be more on how do I tie the strand, right? For ease of the video itself, it's just one strand, but I'm taking 2 strands over here, one in yellow and one in red, so it becomes more clear when you look at it from a video perspective, right? So these are 2 strands, but it would ideally be 1 strand, right? So it would just look like a join, and then you would be focused more on how do I tie it, right? So there usually are 2 types of kettu that people talk about. One is called the an kettu, and one is called the female ket. What they say is, if you do the female ket, when I say female ket, it's the knot they're referring to, right? So the female ket is not that the pen ket is not that strong, so it has a chance of coming out. But if you do the an ket, the knot itself is strong and it will not come out. That's what they say. So I've seen some videos where people do both, but I will not show both the types of knot. I will only focus on the right type of knot, because you need to learn the right way of doing it. So there is no point showing you the wrong way. So I'm going to show you the arnaket, and that's the traditional way you need to tie this, right? All right. So you take one end of the strand on your left hand and one end on your right hand. And I would, for ease, what helps me or how I remembered is, always focus on your right hand. So let the primary driver of tying the knot be your right hand and the thread on your right hand, right? So just focus on the yellow one, right? So first keep the left below and keep the right on top of the left. So right on top of the left, and take the yellow one below and bring it down like this to tie the first thing, right? And after that, for the knot purpose, your right side is still the yellow, right? So you still keep the yellow again on top of your left strand, and then put it inside and bring it out, right? So if you see at this clearly, this is how the knot should look like. You see, it goes from within, it goes under the red, comes over it, and then again it comes under the red and comes out. So this is how the knot should look like, and you just simply pull this. So this is how the perfect knot should look like. If you do the arnket, or the way I taught you, then these 2 ends will always be in parallel to the main line. If you do it the wrong way, the 2 ends will be perpendicular, so it would look something like this. But if you do it the right way, the ends will be in line with the strand itself, so it will always be in parallel, so it would look like this. And if you see, this is a strong knot, it does not come out no matter how hard you try to pull it. All right. All right, so that's how you tie, that's Minnukettu, that's how you tie the strand of thread for the min. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Time for us to go. Say bye. See you.
See you.
Best of luck. Bye.
Bye.